Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Thursday, March 17th, 2016 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I am the river of universal passion in action. And happy St. Patrick's Day if you celebrate. This is how I am celebrating today with a snake. And if that resonates with you, we'll get a little bit into that a little bit later in the horoscope. We start the day with the moon in Cancer making some of the tougher alliances. The moon is going to connect to Pluto, opposite, stretch with Pluto, and square Uranus. And so moon in Cancer calls for us to nurture ourselves. It calls for us to kind of baby our feelings, baby whatever is going on with us. Allow the feeling to come through. And with Pluto in Capricorn, that stretch comes in the way of it's not always socially acceptable to air your feelings, allow yourself to be a feeling being, except that we all are, every single one of us. So this is asking you to show up at least for yourself with your feelings, because you can't show up for anybody else if you haven't yet managed to show up for yourself with that. And Uranus, again, is doing the same thing, except it's a different kind of resistance. And Uranus in Aries is asking us always to be true to ourselves in order to liberate ourselves. Your feelings come through your body, feel them, allow them to work their way through your body. It's usually more up this way rather than down this way. They come through this way, but the mind usually just takes them and runs with them, and that's it. Feel it in and through you. And that will lead to healing, because feeling is a major part of the healing process, allowing that. And we have a really interesting connection today. We have Mercury conjunct Chiron, conjunct the south node opposite the north node today. So the south node brings in an interesting element. The south node can tune us into past lives. It ties us into been there, done that energy. Like we've already mastered that stuff. But it can also tie us in so well to past lives, especially while it's in Pisces. And Chiron tunes us into old wounding. So Mercury holds down the mental aspect of it, where we'll be probably working through, where we may have these flashes of insight. But what came up for me was, this is so interesting that's happening on St. Patrick's Day. So I'll just share my story, just a little story. So St. Patrick's Day. St. Patrick drove these snakes out of Ireland. But snakes is another word used for pagans or witches. And just a few weeks ago, somebody actually called me a witch. And I was like, oh, I've never been called a witch before. This is interesting. In a derogatory fashion. I've been called it by loving friends that have been like, oh, you're such a witch, and that's fine. And I was like, well, I'm not a witch. I'm not a witch. I feel like a lot of us have a deeper fear, a deeper healing to be done around the word witch. And today with this connection, I'm so witchy with my hair today. I'm wearing the snake and the black. But anyways, in this energy, this may be a beautiful time to actually look at your relationship with any past lives or any feelings that pop for you around that energy, because I believe in past lives, and I think many of us, many of you that resonate with me have probably been a healer or worked with herbs or worked with stones or oils in the past, or just been generally good people who have connected to nature. And all of those things could have you being accused of a witch and taken out like that. Even not doing those things could have you accused and taken out like that. So just pay attention, through the merriment of today. Celebrate, enjoy it. But maybe enjoy it for recognizing who you really are. And that is one with the universal flow of the universe. And in the passion of the universe. And there's, at the same time, there's no need for resentment. There's no need for bitterness. Healing doesn't come through resentment and bitterness. Healing comes through recognizing who you are and how any of those past energies come and fulfill who you are. So if your mind starts going into those other things, let that go. That's not what's going to heal you. The moon is going to also connect into this energy at 21 degrees. So it's going to bring an extra feeling level. You may be able to feel really in and through past life energy in this energy. So if that comes up for you, feel through it and allow it to bring healing to you. This energy is expansive. It is meant to shift you through expansion. You then may find a trigger in it, and that's fine. Expand and extend yourself through that trigger. The evening brings a connection between the sun and the moon. With the sun in Pisces, the moon in Cancer, this is a highly intuitive time. Listen to your gut. Listen to what your intuition is telling you, because, St. Patrick's Day, it's always a time for celebration, especially in the States. Don't go overboard. Really honor your body, honor your intuition. If your intuition's like, stop, if your intuition's like, don't go down that hallway, listen to it. It is on point with the sun connecting to the moon. Also set intention, if any past life stuff did come up, to be able to work through it in your dreams, as the dream energy will be really helpful. The moon will shift after midnight into Leo tomorrow, so playfulness is coming. So allow yourself to feel moment to moment in this energy and trust what comes up. I always tell my clients with past life stuff, we never can really say, is this true, is this not true, but trust that these stories come through as a parable for you to teach you something about yourself right now. Because ultimately, this is a healing that's bringing breakthrough in your life. Oh, and the guilt card apparently came out as well. So you may come up with some guilt in this energy, some old guilt. Maybe you weren't necessarily one of the snake bearers, the kundalini bearers, the energy feelers. Maybe you were someone who was responsible for taking some of them out. I think we've all been in all of the places, the perpetrator, the victim. We've all played all the parts. If any guilt comes up for you around this, it's time to let it go and recognize everything that's coming forth for you is a gift for you. So really pay attention to that energy. So our Rumi for today. There is an essence inside variability, always quivering with the joy of returning to its origin. Live inside that ray. A shadow diminishes or elongates. A ray is the person casting the shadow that stays the same. Now some mischief has opened its mouth, sticking its head out the stable, yelling that what we say here is vulgar. Dry up. God will decide that. I think dry up is Rumi's way of being like, F off. So there we go. Thank you, Rumi, for that. And have a beautiful day. Book a reading to get deeper into your energy. And I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.